What's up, guys? It's time for the main event, Batman vs. Wildcat, issue number 3 of 3 by DC Comics, made by Chuck Dixon. Uh, then I then I blanked. Okay, let's go here. Beau Smith, Sergio Cariello, Hackshack Studios, Art Thibert. Okay, also nice. Anyway, so yeah, Batman gets punched in the face by Wildcat in the ring, and it's pretty cool because this whole series is cool. So this announcer is screaming in the mic, "These boys have little trouble finding one another, but when they do, holy Hannah, bar the door. This is no beating. This is a fight." So yeah, it's Wildcat against Batman, and they don't know that they are fighting each other because of the mask, and they cannot take it off. Well, Chubb here, he is there and watching, and because of this, he is getting a lot of, ratings and viewers and subscriptions and all that jazz. And so he's banking on that he's gonna, get millions. And also, he likes to feel the spray of plasma on screen. Anyway, so this guy comes in and he says, "We went off live again, just like we did in the last middle of the night." So yeah, Oracle is here and she's interfering with the program, and then she's sending the corners to Robin with the Robin Mobile. It has an R on. Anyway, so Wildcat says, "I don't know who you are, but I get a hold of you and you're through. You're quiet, I'll give you that, but there's nowhere to run." So Batman, it's just Batman, he jumps around, evading, and then but Wildcat is talking, so he knows where he is, and he says, "Listen to me. Your last combination clinched it for me. Nobody has a rolling left hook like that." So Batman already had once a hook in the face from Wildcat, and he says, "You're Wildcat. Good guess. More than a guess, Grant. I'm Batman. We've been tricked into fighting." But he doesn't believe him, and he gets, punch in the gut or an elbow in the gut. And I must say, props to the artist, with all this rendition of the muscles and the anatomy. It looks really cool. You can see that Batman is really buff and strong and lots of muscles. Same with Wildcat, by the way. So he says, "I don't psych." Chubb here is getting angry, and he says, he blames Lockup here, and he says, "You're going to do something about it." And this is the most feral act of pugilism. I have no idea what that word means, but I'm going to look that up. "Of decadent world of the rich has ever seen, and now they're not. That squats to the loss of millions for me, and you can kiss your ball and chain theme park goodbye." So I don't know. He basically has promised a prison or something. I'm intrigued about this character, this Lockup guy, and I'm coming back to that a little bit later. I get it, right to it. So he's trying to, double back on the signal of, Barbara Gordon, Oracle. Gee, I blanked. But we're not sure how that works. But yeah, in the meantime, Batman, and Wildcat still fighting. He says, "The Batman I know wouldn't let me work him over like this. You leave me no choice. The next shot opens your eyes or your skull." Pretty cool. Looks awesome. So yeah, and then he finally realizes that it's Batman, and he says, "Forget it." He says, we were set up. It's time we do something about it." So then they are, playing some role playing here, and Wildcat says then, "Oh man, like I'm supposed to believe that you're the real deal." But he knows, but he does that with a reason. So they're having, going at it in very close quarters combat, get him in a chokehold or something. And then this guy comes in and they bring him in and knock him out because it was all a ruse, of course. So they get some master control thing to open the door. I completely forgot how you say this. What's it? This a remote control. Jesus Christ! I'm sorry, guys. My native language is not English, and I have to translate everything in my head from Dutch to English and vice versa sometimes. but that's okay. Anyway, so these guys having an argument here, and then he says Batman and Wildcat are escaping. What? They say. No, they're already out. Excuse me, and he throws them aside. We have to stop him. Releasing the convicts may slow them down. Now, this is interesting. Release the first one? No way, Ernie. They must remain in their cells. So I was a little bit surprised by that, because I thought, Lockup is a evil guy, a villain, if you will. But it seems that he has some morals about criminals, getting punishment in their cell. But then Ernie tried to convince him that if they are going to get out and, go at Batman's and Wildcat's throats, they get the punishment they deserve because, well, they know how good they are. Also, since the camera is still rolling, they're gonna make bank on DVDs or CDs, or something, or on the online market. Oh no, this is the 90s. There's no online here. I'm sorry, but the market for videotapes and all that stuff. It's that will look. it's that will more than make up for the temporary snap in the live feed. Basically said, yeah, so we're gonna tape it all. We don't do live feeds, and we're gonna, get a lot of money for, distributing. Well, it's not really a snuff movie, but close to it. But then without, well, is it? I have to think about that. Anyway, I'm rambling. So Lockup agrees with that, and so the prisoners. And gets released. I have no clue. This is Killer Croc, I know that. KGBeast, I know that. I have heard of this guy, and I know who this guy is. King Snake. Did you read that correctly? Yeah, King Snake. The rest, I don't know. Probably some throwaway villains. And fighting time. But Wildcat says Killer Croc is mine. And also, they're going at each other because, well, they don't like each other and all that stuff. But then Killer Croc is taunting Wildcat. He says, I'm having deja vu all over again. See my #1 review of Batman Wildcat to know what he's talking about. Subscribe and all that jazz. I mean, I appreciate that if you did. So didn't I already hand your head to you? You fought a pretender, Flamingo Breath, and then, I don't know, he's getting caught by a zombie or so, whatever, and then, well, he evades and the zombie gets it. I mean, this rendition of Killer Croc looks actually pretty cool. More ads. And then we go back and forth. Batman is, pounding other criminals, and King Snake is wants to have a word with Batman, to say it politely. But then this guy says, it's too much talking, not enough fight. My name is Monsoon, a man who killed the Batman. Now, when I saw this, I thought, okay, Batman's going to jump aside, but he didn't. He actually did it. So I believe when it comes to a little bit more pacing and just cut this part out, and then go from this to here. I believe that's a little bit better because this gives me the impression that, Batman could jump aside, but he didn't. All right. So then, we have this fight. So more banter between that he is, Wildcat says that he has fought crocodiles before, and that he has also some soft spots, and especially the brisket tastes a lot like chicken. And for that wannabe you killed, he was my amigo. A first-timer, Flamingo Breath. He had no business in the ring with an twisted lizard like you. He just wanted to be like me. It's pretty cool as well. Look at his muscles, man. Holy shit. These are good too, I believe. So, and then Batman deals with KGBeast and Monsoon, using his momentum against him, and then, it's over. But then Ernie wants to, he doesn't say that he lost, throw his towel in the ring. No, he's going to prove that he's the heavyweight champion of the world, and he wants to silence the critics, because he is he felt that he has been mistreated, when he was in the ring because he was too powerful and all that stuff. So yeah, there's got a big fight, right? He said, for far too long, the dregs of life have worn the heavyweight crown. The time has come for me to step forward and demand what is rightfully due to me. What is that, White Mouth? A case of Slim Fast? You smart-mouthed fool, I see you clubbed to death like a baby seal. Just like your younger version. Hector, was the other guy, had a great future ahead of him, Chubb. And you and your sick game took that away. Wrong. The secret ring is the plateau to showcase my genius, my physical perfection, my birthright. Yeah, like a spoiled brat with too many toys. And yeah, come on. Wildcat is such a badass, right? He's fast, he's smart sometimes, but he's resilient and strong, Pretty cool. I like that. And he has technique, above all. I'm boxing myself, and, I want to say I never gonna, be on his level, but he's a fictional character, and I'm an old guy. I'm doing this pure for fun. I don't, need to be the best in the world or whatever. Would be cool, but I'm not, and I don't need to. I want to just do this just because I want to get in shape a little bit better, and it works. I'm less tired. I'm eating better, sleeping better. It's good for the mind as well. It's I believe that if you are training, I'm going sidetracking a little bit here for a short time. If you are training or working out or running or whatever physical workout you do, it helps. It also it's good for your it has psychological benefits. Is that how you say it? I'm not sure. But yeah, it's therapeutic for me. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, moving on. It's not about me. It's about Wildcat and this guy here. You are like the rest of the pathetic mass, unable to appreciate my position, my perfection. Maybe you will appreciate the pain. You truly are pathetic. No, Chip, you are the one pathetic. You think the whole world owes you something, that you've been cheated. It's your fat, spoiled inner child, whining and crying. It's wood chip time for that inner child, and it's my fist that's gonna rock the cradle. The dialogue is so good, man, and then yeah, he's finishing him, and but he also admits that he is feel a little bit bad that he just stopped being Wildcat for a while, and maybe that if he didn't, that he's gonna stop criminals like him, and that maybe people still alive that has been died in this ring and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. He says, you're just another bum that didn't make it to the big time. Ha ha! You tell him, Wildcat. You bum. Anyway, so then we have Lockup, and Lockup, he thinks, hey, heroes, don't make me hurt you. Assume the position, and well, of course, what else is going to happen? And then the police is coming. They're hauling the bad guys away, but then Wildcat is still feeling bad about the fate of Hector, that he died, that he imitated Wildcat, and he doesn't know what to do about it. It weighs heavy on him, and he says, "I don't know how you're handling it." So what? Bringing someone else into this, being responsible for another life, and so he says, "I choose my partners carefully." Robin says, "Hey, I'm volunteer, remember?" I don't know how I ever get that kid out of my mind. Trust me, you'll never will, but you can keep up with what he believed in. You can never retire from the good fight, champ. Maybe you're right. It felt good busting some heads in there. Maybe it's time for the original Wildcat to mix it up again. And they are parting ways, and it's actually a really fun comic. I mean, in my opinion, the story's not that spectacular, but overall, it's a small, contained, cool story, right? And also, we have Chuck Dixon. I mean, you can pause the video if you will, and read what's here. And also, the other ones talk about themselves a little bit, what they like, dislike, and all that stuff. Pretty cool. Overall, I give this a thumbs up. Great stuff. Guys, let me know what you think about this. Did you read it? Do you want to read it? I believe it's also in trade paperback if you don't get the floppies. I give it a thumbs up. Yeah. Bye bye.